There it is. Welcome back. Uh, Today I want to talk about the Mandalorian series, season 2, episode 1, and talk about season 1 a little bit too, and what the potential the rest of the season 2 will possibly do going into season 3. If you've not seen episode 2 yet, or episode 1 yet of season 2, or you have not seen season 1 yet, there's going to be major spoilers. So please turn away, watch the episode first, and then come back. I think The Mandalorian is going to save Star Wars. Save Star Wars for Disney. They have succeeded so many ways that the movies, most of the movies have not done. You got so many cool references, again, from original series to some legends to the Star Wars Rebels, possibly, and even Clone Wars, possibly, coming into season 2, especially. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of season 2 and then season 3. Season 1, they did so many cool things with bringing IG-88 or IG-11, I guess it's called in this series. But it was cool to see the assassin droid from Empire Strikes Back, even though it was the same model, but it was basically, to go into not too many details, but in some of the books, especially Legends books, the IG series, they made a ton of them. And basically, the IG series turned on its maker, killed them all, and kind of got a conscience, I guess you'd say, and became bounty hunters or assassins to make money. That's Legends, though. It's a little different than canon. But it was cool to see some bounty hunters other than the Mandalorian in this show. And there was a ton of others. I can't think off the top of my head. And then, of course, season 2, the first episode, which I'll get into in a few minutes. At the very last episode of season 1, you see the Dark Saber, which is, I believe, a Rebels reference. I'm not caught up on Rebels. I'm not 100%, but I believe it's Rebels. It's basically a Mandalorian who became a Jedi, and he used something that's called Dark Saber, and it's basically a lightsaber, but it's a black blade and uh, it's basically a black blade. It's almost seemed like it's kind of unusual for a Jedi to be using a kind of a dark uh, lightsaber, but at the end of this season one, you see the Moth cut himself out of his crashed TIE fighter with the saber. It's a cool way to end it. Uh, and let's talk about season two, which we're here for. Season two had tons of references to New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Legends to a certain degree. After I think it was probably one of the best endings to an episode yet. And again, it makes me excited to watch season or episodes 2 and then so forth. I have a lot of theories on what's going to happen. I don't know which ones are going to be true, but I guess we're going to find out. I'm going to talk about some of the references and I guess you'd say Easter eggs. To start out the episode, you have two Gamorrean guards fighting each other. Those are guards that you see at Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. The pig-looking fat things basically fight to the death. The second time I watched it through, when he goes to Tatooine, and of course Tatooine has a lot of references. The lady who the docking bay that he lands at, same lady from season 1, she brings out R5, which is, I'm assuming, the same droid from New Hope that blows its gasket, and then how do you explain it? He's the one that Luke and his father or uncle first pick when they pick the droids from the Jawas, and it blows its gasket, and R2 ends up replacing him. I believe it's the same droid. It was R5. And it was called that in the New Hope, and it was it had the same name in this episode, and it also had the damage on the top of its head from the blown gasket. So again, kind of cool reference. Not the biggest one. That's going to be for the end. The speeder that, again, here we go. The spoiler alert. Turn away right now if you do not want to be spoiled for episode 1. There's a small town in Tatooine, and it's protected by this guy named the Marshal, and he's got Boba Fett's armor on. When he first walked in, I'm like, holy shit, that's Boba Fett. Of course, it ends up not being, but it was cool to see the armor. uh, and he tells how he got it. Uh, he got picked up by Jawas. He was on the Sandcrawler, and the he ends up trading the armor for some crystals that he found, which I don't remember what book it is. It's a canon book. Uh, they do reference about the uh, Jawas finding the Sarlacc from Return of the Jedi, and it was dead, and finding uh, burnt armor of a Mandalorian outside of it, which definitely hints at the fact that Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit. And we'll find out about more of that later. In Legends, Boba Fett does survive, very similar to this story. The only difference is he doesn't leave his armor behind. I believe it's this book. It's either this book, Tales of Jabba's Palace, or the Tales of the Bounty Hunters. I can't remember which book it is. I would strongly suggest, if you like reading books, get this book or the Tales of Bounty Hunters. It goes into the IG story. The Bounty Hunter one does. It talks about all the bounty hunters that you see in Empire Strikes Back. It's a pretty good book. This one goes into all the behind the scenes characters of Jabba the Hutt, the Rancor, the pig people, all the little small characters. Pretty cool one. They also have one, Tales of Moses Eisley, which I've not read. It's a pretty cool read. Check it out if you ever want to read. I don't have the Bounty Hunter one on me. I used to. I don't know where it is. But, yeah, pretty cool. So, yeah, he's wearing the body armor, the Boba Fett. He's got the helmet. It's really cool. The speeder bike that he uses looks a lot like one of the engines from the racer that Anakin uses in Episode 1. It hasn't been confirmed if it is, but it definitely is a possibility. Anakin lived on Tatooine, so I think I would not be surprised if it's the same. There's reference to the crate dragon, that basically it's a creature they're trying to kill this episode. The crate dragon, the skeleton that you see in the background when the two droids in New Hope are just landed from the escape pod. those bones in the background, that's a Krayt dragon, and also the the call that Obi-Wan makes to scare away the Sand People uh, is the call of the Krayt dragon, and that's why the Sand People are afraid of it. And it shows in this episode is the Sand People take a big part of killing this thing, and basically it eats Sand People and their elephant things, whatever they call them. So this episode just kind of shows why the Sand People are afraid of that call that Obi-Wan makes. The it was pretty cool to see the Sand People back. Again, we see Jawas again. They talk about the Krayt dragon living in a abandoned this is why I'm hoping to be able to edit. Abandoned Sarlacc pit. Again, reference to Return of the Jedi. Now the big reveal. Let's go to the end. The best part of the episode. Mandalorian makes a deal with the guy with the marshal that if I help you kill this sand dragon, Krayt dragon, he will give him the armor. Mandalorian feels like that's Mandalorian armor. You shouldn't have it. You're not Mandalorian. So he gives it back to him. At the end of the episode, he drives away in his scooter, and it pans out to a figure looking at him from on the hill, and it turns around. The figure turns around, and it's none other than the actor who played Jango Fett in episode 2, which obviously means it's Boba Fett. It was cool to see Boba Fett back. Again, I'm excited to see how they're going to use it in future episodes. I think going forward it's going to be get better and better. Now, what's the future? Let me get my notes real quick. In the trailer, there's an ice planet that I believe might be Ilum, which is where the Jedi get their lightsabers. Obviously, this baby Yoda is going to have to be delivered, in my opinion, to some Jedi. And where would be a good place where they'd be hiding out other than Ilum? I think there's going to be I don't remember her name. She was in Rebels. She was a Mandalorian on Rebels. I think her last name is Ren. I think she's going to be somewhere in season 2. Sasha Banks, WWE wrestler, is supposed to be playing a character in this series. She has the same hair color as Irene Wren, I think her name is. Not confirmed, but speculation. Now the Jedi, who could possibly that be? There's a couple options. Well, there's being post Return of the Jedi. There is only one Jedi still alive that we all know 100%. That's Luke Skywalker. Some people think it might be what's her name? I wrote it down too. Ahsoka Tano. I'm probably screwing that name up. And also could be Ezra Bridger too. There's two Jedi there that you haven't seen, but they could still be possibly alive. They didn't die in Rebels, so. And also Ahsoka Tano would kind of be a good tie-in, since there's rumors that there might be a TV series made about her. And then Ezra Bridger would tie in with the with Sabine Wren. With Rebels. So it's interesting to see. There is a rumor that they are looking for a person to play a young Luke Skywalker for season 3. I don't know if it's true or not, but that could be an interesting thing. Obviously, Mark Hamill can't do it. He's too old. Even though, I guess they could do de-aging. But who knows? Who knows the future holds? Sorry. I think, it's just, I think the future could be great. I know also they're working on a Cassian Andor series, which is from Rogue One. That could be interesting. An Obi-Wan series, Obi-Wan Kenobi series, that could be really interesting. It's supposedly going to be set in between episodes 3 and 4. They're going to start filming that in either spring or summer 2021. Again, I think Disney and Star Wars are going to start doing some great things. I'd strongly suggest you go and check out season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian, and I'll probably do another video if any more cool stuff comes out. All right, have a good night. I'll talk to you later.